again, it is not looking good for missing girl little Nevaeh Buchanan. George Kennedy is a convicted sex offender. He is a friend of the mom's, reportedly boyfriend of mom Jennifer Buchanan, although she denies that. But he had access to her, and there's been evidence found in a hotel room where he's been staying. Let's get a call in real quick. Jerry in Illinois. Hi, Jerry, your thoughts here? Jerry?
Yes.
Hi, your thoughts?
Yes. I'm calling to find out, how do these mothers not know that these men are sex offenders, and why are they messing around with when they have small children?
That's a great point, Jerry. You know, and as I was saying, Jennifer Buchanan says she wasn't dating George Kennedy. She says she never left him alone with Nevaeh, but still, like, to your point, Jerry, so what? This guy, as Mike Brooks had said, this guy, the conditions of his parole, couldn't be around kids, couldn't have a relationship with a woman who has a child. So, Brian Russell, how is that a mom's going to let her kid anywhere near a guy like this?
Well, it's insane, Mike, and if I use the terminology I'd like to use, I'd get myself in trouble. So let me just say highly unintelligent and putting interests of self above interests of child, which is the opposite of what every parent's supposed to do. I don't know how many more of these you and I are going to have to cover before every parent in the country wises up. Yes, these guys should not be out there in our communities, but they are. And the most dangerous ones will have tear-jerking stories about how they got railroaded or how they've changed. Don't believe it. Don't ever let your kids be around somebody like this. This is what can happen.
Brian, is there any way a guy like this, who has restrictions like this, is ever safe being around our kids?
Oh, Mike, these are some of the biggest recidivists of all criminals. And what's even more dangerous about them is they typically escalate. So, no, there would never be a case in which I would recommend to a parent having their kid be around a sex offender because the person has probably changed.
Let's go.
I would expect the behavior to repeat and to escalate.
Let's go back to Tanvir. Tanvir, what is the relationship between George Kennedy and mom Jennifer Buchanan?
Well, we've been getting conflicting reports. The mother denies there's any romantic relationship, but family members and the police have described the relationship as a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship.
Okay, Brian, to that point, how often does it happen where a convicted sex offender will strike up a relationship with mom, knowing all along they want to get to the child?
I think that's one of the most common ways that it probably happens. And these people, like many of the other sophisticated criminals that we talk about. I'm not talking about these guys are real high IQ, but the psychopath is very good at manipulating people and picking out people who are going to be susceptible to it. So they look for somebody that they can tell their tear-jerking story to and get their trust so that they can get around the person's kids. It's just, parents have just got to wise up to this.
Yeah. Mike, we got about 30 seconds. And again, nobody's even been named suspect, but we are zeroing in on the investigation. George Kennedy, Roy Smith, do you think they're both involved here, or is it just Kennedy?
I'll tell you what, I would give a polygraph to both and find out what their involvement is. You know, if they don't have anything to hide, why not take a polygraph? Let them say, okay, did you know anything about this? Let them find out who's telling the truth.
And we know this, Kennedy did have a polygraph and failed a portion of it.
Exactly, a portion of it. And so did the mother. There was inconsistencies of her, too.
That's right.
Everything's pointing to Kennedy, though. And
yeah,
the kid,
it is.
Sure seems to be.
The kid eyewitness evidence is sometimes a little unreliable. They do tend to confabulate, sometimes fill in details with imagined stuff, but
guys,
everything's pointing towards Kennedy.
We appreciate it. Guys, we got to run.
If anyone depends on you, listen to this important message. 3 out of 4 Americans know they